Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. And today we're checking out a universal Android Auto and Apple CarPlay screen. And that's because I really like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you don't need to buy a new car to enjoy those features. So today we're checking out the Alxum Android Auto and Apple CarPlay's universal screen. So let's see what's included. So we have the unit right here, and it's got a little visor built in, so if you're in a vehicle that has a lot of sunlight on the dash where you're mounting this might help you see it better. So that's nice. Looks like we've got our mounting point in the back and our plugs on the side. So we've got USB-C, video camera in, micro SD card slot, and 3.5mm aux port. And see what other accessories we got. All right, we've got an aux cable. We've got our 12-volt adapter. So we've got USB-C with the right angle and a USB port so you can charge something else while you're using the screen. That's convenient, and looks like we've got a good length in here. We've got backup camera harness. So we've got extension here. We've got the camera itself and mounting adhesive and a couple screws if you want to do a permanent install outside. This is a very long camera harness, which is nice. It's got the small jack, and let's see. This is the video feed, which will plug in here. And this is the power port to provide power to the camera. And these are the wires to connect to power and ground to power the camera. So you could wire these to your reverse bulb, and that way it'll automatically power on when you put the car in reverse. Okay, that's good to know. We have two mounts. One suction cup sticky mount. So nice and tacky here for the window or your dash. We've got some angle adjustment here. We've got extension and angle with the ball. And that will snap in here. There we go, like that. And we also have, you can also use this plate mount, which you can use screws in or the included adhesive pad. So pretty convenient. And then a manual. So let's take a quick look here. Nice user guide. Now there's a couple features I want to mention about this. It'll work with wireless Android Auto and wireless CarPlay, which is very nice. And to connect it to your car, you have a couple different options. You can use the built-in speaker. You can use the aux output. If your car has an aux input, you just wire it together. You can use the FM transmitter, which is built in, so you tune your car to an available FM station, and this will broadcast it locally so you can hear it over your radio. So no wires for that. So now that we've seen everything that's included, let's go test this out. All right, so here we're in a Range Rover, and by default, there's no Android Auto or wireless CarPlay, so we're gonna add it using this screen. I think what we're gonna do, we try this. Maybe we can run it here. That would work. So this is sticky, but it also has a lever to act as a suction cup. So we're going to do that. Reposition it a bit. Oops. Now I'm going to plug in our power cable. Just angle that over, plug it in there. Okay, so they do have a little notice here on this power cable. Don't use it to charge your phone. You're going to use it just for this. I'm going to run this to my 12-volt socket. All right, it's powered on. That looks good. Okay, now I've already plugged in the aux cable, so I'm gonna run that over here too. Just angle this, plug it in. That will allow us to test things. So right here we have the volume button. You can adjust the output on here. We've got CarPlay, Android Auto, a music player, which presumably is for off the SD card. And yeah, that's a shortcut to our menu. Day mode and night mode. Oh, actually cycles day mode, night mode, and off. So that's good to know. We got a back button. This would open any files you have on that micro SD card. Oh, here we go. There's a couple other settings. And a little calculator. Oh, there's a whole Android calculator. That's nice. Okay. Got a calendar if for whatever you need. And yeah, so if we tap here, okay, so we tap on the time and that'll bring us to the setup. Set your date and time. We've got basic setup, which is our camera settings, our touch settings on the screen, and factory reset. Factory settings, which we don't need to get into. There's a built-in EQ, that's very nice. Got display settings, so you can adjust brightness. This is more like a monitor adjustment. So if we bring saturation down, it actually sets it to black and white. So I'd recommend leaving this to default, but you can increase the contrast, increase the brightness. Yeah, got a wallpaper. Okay, that's nice. Let's put we'll put in this one, see what that looks like. Okay, that's nice. Screensaver. You can have it on or off. That's convenient. You got time, language, and some version information. So, you know, pretty straightforward settings. That's really good. And now let's get to the main feature, which is connected to a phone. So we're gonna start with Apple CarPlay. My CarPlay is gonna be this button. It tells you the name of the device that we wanna look for in our settings. So we're gonna go to Bluetooth. This matches that, so we're gonna connect there. All right, and we're in. Nice and easy. Okay, let's see. So that works well. Now if I go back to the main screen here, I can adjust the volume, the output. So I can turn it up or down, but this is through the aux, so if you can also just turn it up on your car and drop back in here. Yeah, this is a nice size screen, I gotta say. It looks really crisp, nice sharp image. It's pretty responsive, that's good. Yeah, so you'll have all your apps in here, just like in Android Auto. Whatever compatible apps will show up. So for me, I have Spotify and Pocket Casts, Google Maps, but you also get the standard phone, maps, messages, and all that. That's really good, yeah. You have some settings in here, like do you want a different wallpaper? That's an option, that kind of stuff. Very nice. Now let's do the same thing with Android Auto. So we're gonna go back to car here. That's on this side here, little A. It's the same name. We gotta go to connect to that. There we go, it's connecting and we're in. Yeah, and this is Android Auto wireless. Same thing. So that's good. Now while we have this, actually let me let this play a bit. If I unplug this, so now it's playing off the built-in speaker. So obviously the built-in speaker is pretty small, but it's a nice fallback to have in case you need to use navigation and your car speakers don't work. I think that's a good use case for that. Now we also have the option to use the FM transmitter. So if I go to music, radio. So right here I have my car tuned to 97.9, and I have the unit itself also tuned there. As long as this matches this and it's not on a busy band like an actual radio station, you can get audio through there. So I'm gonna turn that off. Switch that back to. Now, one other thing I want to see is backup camera. So I'm gonna plug this in right here. So to power the camera, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit to show you how it works. You do want this to be connected to a ground in the back, and this to be connected to a 12 volt that's switched with a reverse light. So what I've done in the past, and other similar installs with a backup camera, is I found the wire that goes to the reverse bulb, tap this into it, so that when I put the car into reverse, the bulb turns on and it also sends 12 volts to the backup camera, and then it turns on over here. So I have a little power supply here. And so right here, I've got 12 volts. There we go. And here we are. So obviously, depending on how you mount this, you're gonna have different options. So if I was having it facing this way, that would work. But as you can see, it just displays the camera while this is powered on. So let's simulate that. So right here, I've got the power. Let's say, okay, put the car in reverse, provides 12 volt, it automatically switches over. And then there we go. And then in our settings, we can remove those lines or mirror it, because if you're mounting it like this, you want to mirror it so that everything's right side up. So once it's set up, if you have this mounted outside your car or even inside your rear windshield, you would toggle the settings for the backup camera in the settings menu until you get the right kind of image. And then auto power is off. We can go to Android Auto. And then say, if you're doing that, car goes in reverse, automatically comes up, get out of reverse, and it goes right back to where you were. So that's really convenient. So overall, this is a really interesting unit. It's got a nice screen size, a nice display. The wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are great, and the connectivity features are very convenient, especially since it's so easy to install. The included backup camera that can be wired in to the reverse light is super convenient too, if you're interested in installing that. If you want to get one of them for yourself, I'll leave a link in the video description, and I want to thank Alxum again for sending this to me to review. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you want to see more reviews like this, or you want to watch me work on cheap European cars like the Range Rover I was in earlier, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.